Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about trims and how I keep my ends looking really thick and full and healthy. Today I actually posted a picture on my Instagram story, which I'll have over here to show you guys. It's also the thumbnail of this video, but it's basically a picture of my hair in 2017 compared to a picture of my hair that I took recently now in 2019. There's a really big difference in the ends of my hair and the thickness and fullness, obviously, as well as the length. And I just really posted it to show you guys the difference that a couple of years can make just of being consistent with your hair care routine and taking care of your hair. That story got so many responses. I got so many DMs from you guys asking me what did I do? How did I change my ends to look from really thin to really thick and healthy? As you can tell from the title, the main point of this video is going to be about trims. I did make a video about trims a few years ago, but I thought it would be helpful if I did an updated version of that. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. If you're not already following me on Instagram, be sure to do so. I'm there a lot more often and I share a lot of my tips and tricks there as well. So I'll have that link down below for you if you want to check it out. And let's just get into the video. As I said in my Instagram story, the main difference between the first photo and the second photo is that in the first photo I had layers in my hair still, which I have now grown out. Now my hair is all one length. And in the first photo, I also had my hair cut in more of like a U shape or a V shape. And now my hair is cut completely blunt in the back. That's why it looks so much thicker now compared to then. Then my ends weren't necessarily damaged. The ends were a lot thinner and the bulk of my hair was like in the middle. A lot of questions I get are how often should you be trimming your hair and how much should you be taking off each time? And I'm here to tell you that trims are very, very personal. So really, it depends on how much your hair grows each month, how much you're losing to breakage each month, what your goal is with your hair, what you're trying to achieve, and obviously what you're the most comfortable with. First, I want to address the myth that getting your hair trimmed makes your hair grow faster. That is true in one way, but it's not that it's necessarily making your hair grow quicker. If you have a lot of damage and broken ends, you're going to be losing a lot of your length to breakage. So while your hair is still growing from your root, you're not retaining any of that length because you're losing inches here at the bottom. So when you do get a trim and you cut off a lot of that damage that's breaking and flaking off, you're going to notice that you're actually retaining the length that you're growing, and it's going to give you the illusion that your hair is growing faster when really you're just actually retaining the length that you were still getting before, but you were losing to breakage. So I hope that makes sense. So as much as it is a myth, trims are very, very important for growth and for maintaining healthy hair, and I don't think that they should necessarily be skipped, but I also don't think that they need to be done as frequently as a lot of people say they should be. I think that if you're maintaining your length, if you're done with your growth and you just want to maintain the length that you're at and keep your hair as healthy as possible, I think that going every 2 months or so for a trim can actually be really beneficial. It's going to keep your hair at that length and it's going to keep your ends looking really fresh and healthy. And when I finally get to my goal length, whatever that may be, that is what I plan to do. I plan on getting it trimmed every 2 months or so just to keep my ends looking as fresh and healthy as I can, and to also keep my hair at that length. I also think that more frequent trims can be really helpful if your hair is severely damaged. When my hair was really damaged and when I was trying to grow out those layers, I was going every 3 months and I was getting about half an inch trimmed off. So going every 3 months and cutting off about half an inch was still allowing me to retain growth and see progress, but it was also letting me cut off damage before it got too bad and was actually breaking off. Now that my hair is in a healthy state and I don't really see the need to go for frequent trims, I get my hair trimmed about every 6 months and I take off 1 inch. This way I'm still retaining anywhere from 3 to 5 inches, but I'm cutting off that one last inch of what is usually just really dead, see-through, brittle ends. As for how often you should be getting your hair trimmed, that is totally personal. I think that you should be doing whatever works best for your hair type. Another concern that you guys always ask me about is how do you find a hairstylist that is not going to get scissor happy and cut off all of your progress? And this is something that I think everybody has encountered once, and I don't necessarily think that it's always the hairdresser's fault. The biggest piece of advice I can give you is to physically show your hairstylist on your hair how much you are okay with losing. I think that a big mistake a lot of people make is going into the salon and just saying, I'm just here to get my split ends cut off, or I just want an inch or two, because that is very vague. I know an inch is like a unit of measurement, so you'd think that everyone would have the same perception of what an inch is, but that's actually not the case. A lot of the time what we think is an inch is a little bit less than what your hairstylist might think is an inch or vice versa. Being open and communicative with your hairstylist is so important. I think this is where a lot of the problems happen. Also, let your stylist know that if you're trying to grow out your hair, that you're trying to grow your hair out. They are professionals, so they understand how hair grows and they understand what's needed in order to maintain healthy hair. Hopefully, especially if you're going to a good stylist, they know what they're talking about. So in between trims, I really like to do something that is called the search and destroy method. I've talked about it in my damaged hair video, so I'll have that linked up in the cards for you guys. But it's basically when I separate my hair into sections and go through and I look for any split ends that I might see, and I just go ahead and snip them off with a pair of hair cutting scissors that I get at my local beauty supply store. But I find that really helps me to eliminate split ends without losing any length, and this helps me to push time in between trims. I really hope this video encouraged some of you. I know that sometimes pictures on Instagram can be very misleading, and a lot of you guys thought that there was something I did to make my hair grow thicker, and that's actually not the case. If your hair is healthy and you're happy with it, that's really what's the most important. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!